So can you take an action camera and create cinematic videos to make it look like they were filmed on much more expensive cameras? Well, in this video we're going to be sharing with you some easy tips and tricks that anybody can do to level up your shots. Then at the end of the video we're going to be combining all these techniques and showing you the results in one cinematic video. Hopefully this inspires you to get out there and give it a go. Let's get straight into it. So we're here in Camden Town and we're heading to Camden Market and we're going to be filming this cinematic on the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. Let me quickly pause the video and say yes, I'm using the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, which is my go-to action camera. I'll also be using the Insta360 cinematic lens. The only other setting that I change is the picture profile, which I set to urban. Again, it's my favourite colour profile. Other than that, everything else in the camera is completely on auto. Anyway, back to the video. You're going to be coming along with us and seeing how it comes out. Now make sure you stay to the end of the video, that's where we're going to be showing you the full cinematic video and you're going to get to decide whether it was worth it or not. Let's go. So action cameras are known for capturing, action, but the image quality and stabilization in these tiny cameras has improved so much over time that when used correctly, they can now rival much more expensive cameras. Now the first thing we need to understand is action cameras love light. We need to work with the lighting conditions in our scene and adapt to them so that our camera is able to capture maximum quality. So we're going to be following two very simple rules. If there's plenty of light in our scene, we can add some movement. But if there isn't much light, we need to limit our movement. The reason for this is when there's plenty of light in our scene, the camera stabilization works best and this maintains maximum image quality. But when there's too little light, the camera stabilization won't be able to work effectively and we would be losing image quality. Take for example this scene here, we have plenty of light so we can add some movement. Nothing complicated, just walking steadily with the camera. Remember, we're aiming for maximum image quality and we're letting the scene speak for itself. But in this scene there isn't much light, so we need to limit our movement. I did tell you it's super easy and anybody can do it. Now there are a couple of extra rules around stabilization that you need to be aware of. These are, if the camera is placed on a solid surface like the floor or a bench, make sure you turn off your camera stabilization. Because if you don't turn off your stabilization, your camera's going to have a complete meltdown. And the follow up to this is, it doesn't matter how steady you think you are, if you're holding the camera, always make sure stabilization is on. So a very quick recap of them points. You need to adapt to the lighting. If there is plenty of light, then we can add movement. If there's limited light, then we need to limit our movement. If the camera's on a solid surface, we need stabilization off. And if it's handheld, we always have stabilization on. So if we think of them previous rules as the fundamentals that everybody should know, then think of this next section as tips that will help you out but you don't necessarily have to follow. So the first tip is keep your clips short. Most people have the attention span of a goldfish. If you record a scene for too long and include it in your cinematic video, it can quickly become boring. When I'm shooting cinematic footage, I usually record a scene for about 20 seconds. So yeah, keep your clips short and remember, you're not making a documentary. The next tip is, if you're freestyling, meaning you're going to a location without a clear plan, like I normally do, and you find a spot that looks promising, get multiple shots in that area. Change your height, move closer or further away, and one simple way to make anywhere look more interesting is simply getting down very low. It changes the scene from boring to intriguing. The next tip is a very simple one, and that is if you're going to add movement to a clip, make it only one movement. Any more than one movement will make the shot look clunky and disjointed. Just remember, one movement per one clip. The next tip is all about low light, and it is if your action camera has a low light mode like the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, which in my opinion has the best low light performance out of any action camera, make sure it's turned on. And the final tip is when you finally get round to editing your video, be absolutely ruthless with your clips. For the video that you're about to see, I recorded over 200 clips, but only 30 made it into the final cut, so only choose your best work. So there you have it. Now you may have noticed that I did add some basic zooms and light flares in post, but other than that, all them clips in that video were straight from camera. I also kept the transitions to a minimum so that you can see just by following these simple techniques how easy it is to put together a cinematic video, and hopefully it inspires you to get out there and give it a go for yourself. Now I'm going to ask a big favour from each and every one of you. If you've got anything at all from this video, please give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel because it helps me out massively and lets me know that you want to see videos just like this. Also, if you do have any questions, leave them down below in the comment section. But thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we'll catch up in that next video. Bonjour.